how to tell between fake leather and genuine leather. Alright, so this is genuine leather. How could I know? I bought this bag in the real store, so this is a real genuine one, so I know this is genuine leather. Alright, except so how to use a technical method to tell if it's a genuine leather or it's a fake leather. So for the leather, there's mainly three types of leather. One is genuine leather from the animal skin, another one is polyurethane leather, the third one is PVC leather. So let's start by one. Genuine leather usually coming from the animal skin. Could be cow, could be bull, could be crocodile, could be pig, sheep, this animal. And these genuine leather are the most stronger leather among these three. So genuine leather is a fabric structure and combined with a protein on top of that. So the protein is made of what? Amino acid, and amino acid will release a special amino acid smell, a bit of like a like aiming or stuff smell, but it's a bit of pleasant. So when you press your nose against this and you give a big sniff, you will feel that you will smell the typical genuine leather smell. If there's no smell at all, if this leather has no smell at all, and people tell you this technology has upgraded, so we made this leather to be non-smelly, it's not possible, because the genuine leather is made of what? Fabric and a protein. So unless you get rid of all the protein, otherwise you cannot get rid of the smell. So if it's a genuine leather, there must be smell in there. You will have the genuine leather smell. If there's no smell, it's very possible that could be polyurethane leather. Okay, so if back the second one, let's go with polyurethane leather. Okay, polyurethane. We know that how polyurethane is made of. Polyurethane is made of polyol and isocyanate. Okay, so the factory will combine isocyanate and polyurethane and make the polyurethane leather. However, to make the polyurethane feel like a genuine leather, the polyurethane must be foam, must have foam. So there must have foam inside of the polyurethane leather, and on the back side there will be fabric, woven fabric or non-woven fabric to reinforce this foam. So there's several structural layers. The first layer is a denser skin. The middle layer will be the foam, and the back layer would be the fabric reinforced layer. When there's a foam inside, there's lots of bubble inside that will acting as a defect. So even though at the beginning it feels like the same as the genuine leather, but over the time the defect start to get a stress propagation, all this stuff, you stretch that stuff and it won't bounce back anymore. So you start to get a crack, all this stuff start to fail. So genuine leather is still better than polyurethane for sure. And how to tell it's a polyurethane leather? If you cannot see the reinforced fabric on the back, like it's hidden or stuff, how to tell? The first way to tell is to sniff it. Again, to sniff it. If there's no smell at all, it's very possible it's polyurethane. And second, you can tell is you take a small piece, like a small piece you don't want it, and you use a lighter to burn that stuff. If it's a genuine leather, it will burn and become powdery. But if it's a polyurethane, or if it's a polymer synthetic material, under the flame, the synthetic material will melt. Instead of like a genuine leather, it's burned like a powdery. It will melt and become a very hard solid, a piece of hard solid. So you can tell from burning test, but it's destructive test. So it's better just sniff it. If there's no smell at all, that's most likely a polyurethane leather. So the third one is like PVC leather. So the PVC leather is made of obviously PVC, or sometimes people call it vinyl. Why it's called vinyl? PVC is called polyvinyl chloride. So some amateur just takes a word in the middle, called vinyl. Actually, it's totally inaccurate. There's no vinyl group in the PVC at all. It shouldn't be called vinyl. But anyways, people call it vinyl, so we call it vinyl too. So PVC leather, PVC wouldn't be 100% PVC in there. PVC would never be 100% PVC. PVC has very high TG, which means at room temperature, it's acting like a glass. It's like solid piece, very hard glass, like a very hard material. So the PVC always being plasticized. Okay, the PVC always being plasticized if it's used as a leather material. So the plasticizer in there could be a silane plasticizer, could be dibenzoyl plasticizer. These plasticizers make it softer and make it feel like leather. However, even though you put a plasticizer in there, it still could mimic the feeling of the genuine leather. So it must foam as well. It must have a foam structure as well, like the polyurethane. So there will be 3 layers of the structure. The first layer would be the denser skin layer. In the middle will be the foam, and the back layer would be the fiber ring, woven fiber reinforced layer. So it's the same as polyurethane stuff. That's a PVC. And one problem with PVC is made of what? Vinyl chloride monomer, and there will be some residue in the monomer, even though today's technology could make the yield to be 99.99%, but that 0.01% of the vinyl chloride inside of the PVC would still smell. So if you put your nose against the PVC leather and give a big sniff out of it, you will smell the chlorine in there. You will smell the chlorine. It's not gonna be pleasant. It's not gonna be pleasant, not like genuine leather. You can tell the difference between genuine leather and PVC. PVC smell wouldn't be that pleasant. This one is a PVC leather. Okay, this one is a PVC leather.
Yep.
You put your nose against it and you get a strong sniff. You will see it's a vinyl chloride inside.
Yep.
This PVC. And one more thing is the PVC is plasticizer, and the plasticizer will leach out to the surface over the time. So sometimes from the PVC, under the lamp, you will see it's become a bit shiny. This shiny is a plasticizer leach out to the PVC surface. But sometimes genuine leather was treated with a bit of oil, so you cannot use this. Just use this parameter to tell it's a PVC or it's a genuine leather.
Straight away.
But look, when you bought the bag, it's dumb. It's a rough matte surface, and over the time it becomes shiny. Most likely it's plasticizer leaching out to the surface. Okay, so that's PVC, and another way to tell the PVC is the same as the polyurethane. Just burn that stuff. When you burn it, you will smell a lot of the chlorine leaching out. So after the burn, the PVC will melt in the flame, or form a hard solid ball, hard solid small ball, instead of like a genuine leather. If you burn it, you turn into powder. Okay, so that's how you tell PVC, genuine leather, and polyurethane.